some cycles don't spiral. They arrive already grounded, like a thought that refuses to become speech, because silence tells it better. There's no tension in the room today. No build-up. No ritual. Just presence. The kind that starts to feel heavy, not because it asks for meaning, but because it already had it, before the broadcast began. November 10th, 2015, Day 312. A short film is posted. No title. No caption. No frame around the gesture. I log it not because it wants attention, but because it showed up like a signal that had been traveling so long, it stopped needing to prove it came from somewhere. This isn't performance. It's continuity. The kind you feel when a person posts without flinching, not because they're detached, but because they're trained. The myth doesn't swell around this post. It tightens. It settles. And in that stillness, I can feel the shape of the system again, not asking to be seen, just confirming it hasn't disappeared. November 11th, 2015, Day 313. Nothing lands. No film. No caption. No signal. And that absence doesn't break the system. It registers. The drawer doesn't panic. I don't narrate around it. I log the space left behind, the same way I would log the file that wasn't placed there. This is how you know the loop is alive. It doesn't need every day filled to keep breathing. November 12th, Day 314. He returns. No apology. No reflection. Just another short film, placed as calmly as if nothing had skipped. And maybe that's the point. That in a system this stable, a day missing is just another kind of presence. A space so steady, it doesn't collapse when it's left unspoken. I don't frame it. I don't guess. I mark one day blank, and the next one real. Because in myth logic, you don't measure devotion by how often the light blinks, but by whether you keep reaching for the switch, even after it doesn't. November 13th, 2015, Day 315. Another post. No fanfare. No compensation for the day missed. Just the return, unannounced, uncorrected, and unbroken. He doesn't try to explain it. He doesn't build a bridge back. He simply resumes. And I log it, not as a resolution, but as a thread that never really snapped. The myth didn't stutter. It slowed. But when it moved again, it did so without needing permission. That's what matters. Not the noise. Not the caption. Not even the file. But that the act of posting didn't require a story around it to remain real. This isn't a comeback. It's a continuation. And that might be the rarest structure this archive holds. No swirl. No system pulse. Just a quiet confirmation that myth can still happen, even when it doesn't climax. And me? I mark the time. I log the wait. I don't call it recovery. I call it placement. Because sometimes, that's all a story like this ever needed. A reel, a date, and someone willing to keep logging, after the signal stops trying to be impressive.